Shoots you off to the outside there. Flair fan on Twitter wants to know: was there anyone else other than Shawn considered for this match? Triple H, Randy Orton, etc.
I think just Hunter. Yeah, I don't think Randy. No. I wrestled Randy on the way through. Randy was gracious enough to. Oh God, look at it. He cracked a rib right there.
Yeah, that was a legit injury. That is not good. My God.
He wrestled another 20 or 10 minutes. I mean, it's crazy.
When that happens, i- where does your mind go when you see your opponent get injured for real in the match, but you're about halfway through? What's crossing your mind at the time?
Just how important it is that I've got to take care of him.
Yeah.
I asked him. I rolled him in. I said, "You can do this." You know what I mean? And he was. There was no stopping him.
Drew wants to know: can you compare and contrast the difference between working with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? What were their similarities and what were their differences?
Oh, night and day. Two completely different styles. Sean, like I said, Sean can do it all. Brett's a hell of a worker, but he's not Shawn Michaels, and that's not disrespectful to Brett. Who is Shawn Michaels? This stuff, like, I mean, you don't. I mean, Brett doesn't do that. I didn't do that.
No.
I mean, you see some of the guys doing it now, but Shawn was way ahead of his time.
Alex Rogers wants to know: what was more special, Hall of Fame, this match with Shawn, or the next night on Raw?
I couldn't judge between the three. They were all special.
Trevor wants to know: was there ever any alternative ending discussed for this match?
No,
It was
no.
always going to be the super kick.
It was time to go, and I look at it now, I'm hoping that I can move around this good in Nashville. That's what I'm hoping for. The fact that the only difference is I just haven't done it, but I'm not like 1985 or '89 Ric Flair in this match by any means either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But I had Shawn Michaels to work with, which made it easy. Yeah, and me just going over and taking a few bumps, that is because of the pacemaker, and I just had to make sure that I clearly it's been misunderstood and misstated. I asked four different doctors what they thought, and the only one I was happy with was the guy that said, "Yeah, there's enough scar tissue built around it to hold it in place." That's the only issue. My back is fine. My neck is fine. My elbows. I'm the luckiest son of a bitch alive to have taken the bumps I took over the years, and not have any problems. Not to mention the airplane crash.
Yeah, I mean, relatively, based on what you've told me, pain free, with the exception of a tricky shoulder every now and again, right?
Yeah, but that's uh, well, that's a right hand punch right there. That I can still do.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about you. Carl Hayes says Shawn has gone through different heel and face roles. If you took his best version and put it in the 80s Jim Crockett Promotions era, would he have been better as a horseman or aligned with Dusty versus the horseman?
Oh, he's a horseman. Are you kidding? Back in the '80s, yeah, he used to have fun. He
Oh, yeah.
um, he's decided to make a change in his lifestyle, which you know it, everybody goes through it, what they need to do to make themselves happy. But he'd have been a great horseman. Are you kidding? Yeah, Sean used to have fun. He likes to drink and likes to go out and party and that.
Sean Daniels wants to know: were you able to make out what Shawn was saying? I'm sorry, I love you. Or could
Yes,
you not really tell at the time?
absolutely.
Yeah.
He blames me for not catching enough of them there. John, I'm 59, not Willie Mays in the outfield.
Let's see a replay here.
See, I could have stepped a little more. I admit it. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Braden wants to know how much was the bar tab this night after your match with Shawn?
Oh, the bar tab after this night with Shawn. Absolutely. You know, remember, um, I think Floyd Mayweather was here on this card too, right?
That's right. Yeah, him and Big Show.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's the damnest thing of all time. There was no bar tab because it was all on Vince. What a party! God, that's back when they had these great parties afterwards, you know, and you know everything changed with the advent of social media and all that. But I mean, it's just Vince. I mean, they spent no. They still don't spare any expense for the show. They just don't endorse the big time party and all that. Because what happens is ultimately you end up with so many fans getting in, you know, that aren't and they're meant for the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ultimately, so many friends and family are come in that it's not the same, and you can't enjoy yourself.
Man, you guys are getting going now. Looks like he's going to be setting up the big elbow, if I had to guess. Lots of fun comments about your gear here. Chip Maxley wants to know though, when Shawn crashed and burned on the springboard moonsault where he landed on the announcer table with his ribs, did you think he might not be able to continue the match? I mean, there's no way that Shawn was going to bail,
I
right?
I thought that for 5 seconds, but I know him better than that. There's no way he's not. He wouldn't. He wouldn't be. He wouldn't be the great that he is if he didn't. Yeah, he would have found a way to get through. That's who he is. He's a trooper and a half. Every time I hear these stories about him doing something that someone said he faked this and that, they're full of shit. Shawn Michaels is a fucking man.